Restaurant, Giri Rajan from Kumbakonam does this. He goes to Singapore, strikes it rich, blah, 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 blah. I hope you have read this. We're going to go directly to the questions. Which of the following options would be most suitable for the growth of the business? Include Karnataka and Andhra cuisine in the menu. That's what they want. People have Kannadigas have suggested that add this. That works. Include Indonesian and Chinese cuisines into the menu. Remember, he's saying the Indonesian, Chinese, and Malay people are dropping in. They're not saying they're demanding their cuisine. They are coming here probably to taste a South Indian cuisine. The cuisines that are mentioned are only Karnataka and Andhra. The people dropping in are Indonesian and Chinese. So that in any city you're there, you probably have a Chinese restaurant, a Japanese restaurant, or an Italian place. When many Indians might go to these places because we like those cuisines. So it doesn't mean that only Italians will want those cuisines. Will want Italian cuisine. So the Indonesians and Chinese will drop in to have a flavor of South Indian cuisine. So there's no expectation that the Indonesian and Chinese cuisines need to be there. He's in Singapore. I'm sure that Indonesian Chinese cuisine restaurants are a dime a dozen. This is not mentioned anywhere. Keep the focus only on Tamil food with an increased focus on quality. You want to expand the business. So it's not probably sufficient. But we'll come back to this choice because there's this particular set of circumstances where that choice becomes appealing. We'll come back to that. Expand to include either Karnataka and Andhra cuisines or Indonesian and Chinese. Oh, Karnataka and Andhra are far better than Indonesian or Chinese. Why should he leave that ambiguity? Karnataka and Andhra cuisines is what he should improve. Include Karnataka and Andhra as well as Indonesian and Chinese. No? It's Karnataka and Andhra cuisine, that's what you can do. Keep the focus only on Tamil food with an increased focus on quality improvement. When might this be important? If this utilization is very high, then there's no point adding more variety to it because you cannot cater to more people anyway. You have a supply side constraint. Then what is the point of increasing the demand? Imagine you can sell only 100 units a week. You're already selling 98. Why do you want to put 3 more variants? You can to sell 99 at what cost? It doesn't work. So if your utilization levels are incredibly high, then you won't introduce anything new. But right now he's having 90% peak and 40% off peak. This is significantly low. There's a lot of room for his off-peak utilization to go up. So maybe variety will help. If it are 95% online or peak hours and 85% off-peak, it can't go up beyond that by much. So don't increase variety. So there could be a reason, a particular set of context where this choice looks more appealing. But as things stand now, this works for us. Good question because of that. Start analyzing his quarterly customer data. Opportunity for Karnataka food. How should he go and experiment this? Introduce a Karnataka food one day every week to please the Kannadiga customers. This is interesting. So you're introducing, you're trying it, and you're pleasing the Kannadiga customers. Good. There are 2 issues here. You want to explore in the next fortnight. You'll get data only for 2 days. 1. 2. You want to please only the Kannadiga customers. That doesn't work. Your other customers should also end up tasting Kannadiga cuisine. Only then you have an experiment which can be called worthwhile or otherwise. And so, otherwise you're pandering to a small niche audience. That's not what you want to check. You want to check whether my entire audience has Kannadiga cuisine appealing to it. Do they find it appealing? This is good, but not good enough. Recruit a few Kannadiga waiters to interact with Kannadiga customers. This is a going nowhere choice. I'm running an experiment. I want to know whether the cuisine will work. Waiters are the cherry on top of the cake. If you don't have the cake, what are you worrying about the cherry for? Rename a few Tamil dishes as Karnataka dishes. I love these choices. You can read them. Halfway through reading, you can eliminate the choice. And rename Tamil dish. Gone. Serve Karnataka dishes as and when requested by customers without displaying. So you will satisfy these. You will satisfy your regulars. Your experiment, remember, is to see whether there's a demand for Kannadiga cuisine. You can't really evaluate that unless you present the choice and make them choose. If it is hidden, what's the point? They won't ask. So far, 3 choices are out. This one looks okay. Let's look at this. Add a few Karnataka dishes to the cuisine and display these in a separate menu. This ticks all boxes. You give a regular menu, then you give a special Kannadiga menu. So the focus is on that. You're running a Kannadiga week, Kannadiga fortnight. So you're basically telling everybody look, why did you try this? And that will help. That's the best way of experimenting this. Now, Girirajan ran this experiment, ran some kind of experiment for 7 days, and then he's seeing this. Fine. So, whenever you introduce something new, that new thing will have a certain demand. The key question you're asking is my pie growing, or am I merely cannibalizing? What do I mean by cannibalizing? I sell A, B, C, and I totally sell 100 units. I introduce a D, A, B, C, and D. Now D comes up with 25 units. Brilliant. So on 100, the new entry has got 25. But if my total is only 100, that means D has taken whatever would have happened to A, B, and C. That's not going to help. Any new variant, standalone, it might stand and get numbers. But if it is numbers predominantly from the existing variants, then you're calling potato as potato. Your revenue is not growing up, then the experiment is not a success. Right? So, if you're merely cannibalizing your existing variants, that's not good enough. And why do you need that? It's complexity. With A, B, and C, if I can make 100, why should I introduce D into the process? It just makes my life tougher. And so, how should he evaluate? The overall trend should grow. So, remaining same, coming down, they're all out. Now, between these two, this is steady. This is increasing. So, anytime you introduce something new, the novelty appeal is going to be there. So, people are going to try it out. If they try, and then the share shrinks, that means they've tried, they like your original variants better. So, the variety introduction is not really helping. They try, and they keep coming back, and more people want this. Then your variety is playing a role, and it's getting a repeat audience, which is a killer giveaway. So choice one it is. If your share shrinks or is flat, it's not good enough. If your share increases and sales also increases, you're getting somewhere with that. So choice one it is.